Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is our third Agoric community call, December 2nd, and I'm very happy to have the people here live and the tail of people that will watch us over the course of their upcoming holiday vacations, right? So thank you all for joining us. I will be, so first off, we'll be taking questions mostly in our Agoric Discord, so please join that if you haven't. And we will respond there or follow up, ongoing after this community event. There's usually someone there paying attention and able to respond on both engineering and other issues. And am I getting both my face and my screen here? Can you see my screen? Yes, okay, we can see that. Great. Okay, so the agenda is, first off, the hackathon, our recent hackathon wrapped up. We will go through the winners and we'll talk a little bit about that. We will then show a high level of the Agoric roadmap update and dig into a few of the pieces and then talk about what are the next steps coming up in the next month or so. So that's the sequence of things. The hackathon was a joint hackathon with Chainlink. I'd very much like to thank Chainlink for their participation, their engineering help getting integrated with the Chainlink oracles, and bringing some of their community into our presentations and presenting to the larger community about how to do oracles together with the Agoric platform. And I'd like to thank our judges who got together a quick judging round so that we could provide you the winners today. And of course, our hack partners and especially all the developers that tuned in, listened, learned about our system, and did some building on the platform. So thank you all. And our product manager, Roland, will join us to talk through the projects that won and how they all worked. Oh, but before we jump there, one of the things that we started off the hackathon with were a bunch of presentations, and so we're very happy that all of those are available up online in our YouTube channels. There are a few of them that are at the very high level. So we have the presentation by Bill Tulla on stablecoin economics that will lead up to the stablecoin machine that Agoric is using. We have ones from our economists about how call spreads can cover a wide variety of the DeFi interactions, puts, calls, binaries, and so forth. And so how to do that at a high level. And then we also had ones that are very low level about how to integrate an oracle in with our system, or how to build the actual call spread contract using VS Code. So at whatever level you're at, there's presentations that you might find interesting if you're only finding out about these things now. So we're delighted to have all those presentations, and we look forward to your feedback on them. Now we will jump to, oh, sorry, wait. Let me back off. Let me bring in Roland to be able to talk about our projects and prize winners.
Hi, Dean. Thanks for bringing me in. So yeah, as Dean mentioned, we're really excited to talk about our two prize winners for the hackathon here. So Dean, if you don't mind moving to the next slide. The first winner is Umkele, which I'm not 100% sure I'm pronouncing that right, but pretty close. And Umkele has won the Refract Award, and that was our award for the best UI for a project in the hackathon. And what they had built out was an online event trading dApp. So a user could go in and, if you don't mind moving one bullet, mint an NFT, and that would be tied to an event, a live stream or something like that then could be sold in an auction. So that was a great project. They do intend to extend the project to include a Chainlink Oracle. So they expect their events to be sold sort of in different countries, and they would be using Chainlink as a currency conversion to make sure that prices are represented correctly. So we really thank them for their submission, and this is a view of their application here. So they built a UI where events could get added. We have a video of it that we can put online later that shows the flow of minting a new NFT and creating a new event. So that was great. And then really excited to talk about our grand prize Ignite winner, which was a parametric insurance application for commuting. So it's a POC for hedging commute costs, specifically in the Boston area. And I actually live in Boston as well, and the MBTA, the commuter rail is not very reliable. So for people that are looking to commute into Boston outside, they often potentially, looks like we lost your yeah, so parametric insurance application for commuting in. So if you move down one more, Dean, just as a basic call flow for the application, they were using a Chainlink Oracle to verify that a train arrived on time or not. And if the train didn't arrive on, or rather, if the train did arrive on time, the contract would charge the user, which is a little bit backwards, but you could see how that would work. And their goal was to expand this to cover more trains and to be a full-fledged offering. And I think they were pretty excited about this. So we really liked this presentation as well, and the project itself, and it used Chainlink the way we were hoping people would. So I really appreciate both of these winners.
One of the things I really liked about this one is having a non-financial oracle. It just makes it clear. Obviously, financial oracles are crucial and important, and we have various uses of it. But it was just great to see one that had a non-financial oracle, because there's just so many things in the real world to sense and bring in for smart contracts to operate on, and so it gives you that sense of the much broader scope of what Oracle tooling can help with.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, thank you. And thank you for those winners. Those are really great projects, and we look forward to them carrying forward. Both of them were both interesting technology things, but also very much interesting use cases. And so I'm excited about where those go as the platform moves forward here. So let's talk about the roadmap. I will start on this. So we are in the beta phase, as we talked about. We built our alpha. That's a platform for being able to do smart contracts. We are now building out towards a mainnet launch next year. The beta period is where our economy starts to work, where it's not just the staking and rewards, but the place where you can deploy smart contracts in a stable environment with a stable coin, a local currency, if you will, that they can have consistent pricing across a wide variety of interacting contracts. And so these are some of the things that in the beta phase, these are the things that you will be able to build with and interact with. And so, an initial goal is we will be able to deploy where we can transfer value, transfer assets from ETH, bring them into a stablecoin vault, mint a stablecoin, use it across local, and mint a stablecoin on top of these transferred assets. Then use those stablecoin to participate and other assets brought across the IBC and via infrastructure like Peggy to participate in DeFi contracts on the Agoric platform. And then finally, of course, we will ramp up to incentivize testnets and the ability to earn rewards all the way out to participation on Agoric. I will hand it over to Roland to go into detail on the roadmap here, but I'll leave it here in case you want to say anything here, Roland.
Yeah, no, that was great. I think the one additional piece there is we also, beyond just incentivizing the testnet itself, we want to incentivize use in the economy as well. And so we'll be rolling out additional plans around that to make sure that as you're playing around with the beta, you're testing our various pieces of our infrastructure and you're seeing how things work. So more to come there. Okay, so this is a more detailed, still high level, but more detailed roadmap on what we're looking to launch prior to beta, and then additional pieces that need to get built up through the incentivized testnet. And then we've got a little rocket ship on the right side representing mainnet there. And I'm not going to talk about all these pieces just for time's sake, but I do want to dive into a few of them. So in particular, Dean mentioned the stablecoin machine, and that really is the core of the Agoric economy. It's where you'll be able to mint our stablecoin, which is what we use for transactions in Agoric. And it'll be familiar for those of you familiar with DeFi. It'll be familiar to designs that you've seen before, where you can collateralize assets and take a stablecoin or other kind of loan against them. More to come on the design, obviously, but that is the core piece that we want to ensure is ready for the beta and is being tested.
And I will add one thing there, where it is a familiar mechanism, but as I'll talk about at the Cosmos event coming up, we'll say a little bit more about that in a minute. It is intrinsic to our economy, so it's not just a stablecoin thing on the side that's interesting. It's intrinsic to all of the execution, integrated with metering and staking and so forth. So we'll talk more about that at a future event.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It is the core piece of the economy itself, and is built at a privileged level as a result. So one other piece that I do want to go into as well is the wallet itself. So obviously, as a user in a blockchain ecosystem, you need to be able to interact with your assets. And Agoric has built out. We have our own wallet. We are building additional aspects of it, both in partnership with another wallet provider, which we'll talk about later in this presentation, but then also to ensure that we can bring assets over from the Ethereum environment, which is what Dean mentioned above. So that's a key piece that we want to have for you prior to the beta launch. And then beyond that, we are building out staking and rewards. So that will be a gradual launch to make sure that we're testing and allowing users to understand how staking would work in Agoric, test rewards, test slashing. So that and governance will come out more gradually through the beta period. Beyond that, and without going into much detail, there's some infrastructure stuff on the bottom that we need to build out, and obviously a lot of our effort, this is at various layers of our stack, so a lot of our effort up until now has been on that. We're now reaching the end of the core infrastructure stuff that needs to get done prior to a beta launch. And then as you can see, we're allocating a lot of time to ensuring that we are doing security audits, doing red team attacks on our actual infrastructure post-beta. So not a ton of detail to talk through here on that, but happy to go into more either offline or in a future call that's more specific to this.
Oops, I should unmute.
Yep. And yeah, actually, along the lines of going into more detail. So what we have there was a high-level roadmap. Our issues are tracked in GitHub. Please come join or view our organization, take a look at issues. And for major architectural decisions, we are going to move those to an ADR-like process that will be tracked for longer term. You know, if you're a developer coming in and you want to understand how a decision got made, what the core context was, that will be something that we are moving to its own place in GitHub so that you'll be able to see that. And we expect that will be a core component for building the community longer term.
Yep, absolutely. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
And so what's coming up next? And this is just the most important event. So on December 12th is Cosmos Conversations. Our first testnet came up at an earlier Cosmos conversation. And at this one, we'll be talking about, for the first time, really a lot more details about our public chain that we'll be rolling out next year, and in particular about the economy on top of that. So we mentioned the stablecoin, native AMMs, how it integrates with the stablecoin machine, how value capture works, how the value of the token scales with the activity on the economy. Those kinds of things we'll be talking about for the first time really in public at this Cosmos Conversations event on December 12th. There's a lot of other great speakers there. We hope you'll join us for that event. And we did have, as I mentioned earlier, Bill Tulla previously talked about, you know, the background of stablecoins and how we think about it, and that leads into some of the elements that you'll see in our economy. And then on January 13th is the big Unify DAO demo day. The Unify DAO is a collaboration, Telegram group, you know, enthusiastic gathering focused on bringing Unify to the extended Cosmos community and broader, and leveraging the Cosmos assets to be able to bridge to the rest of the crypto world. And so there's a demo day of a variety of projects, one of which will, of course, be Agoric. Our goal here is to show the full path of assets coming from Ethereum over through Cosmos via IBC, via our other exciting projects in the community, Peggy, Enigma, etc., via IBC over to Agoric, into the Agoric stablecoin machine, and to be able to participate in the economy. And we're working closely. We have been on an ongoing basis with MetaMask. We want to be able to bring that using the MetaMask extension mechanisms so that it's full-on interaction familiar to millions of developers. No, lots of the many MetaMask customers to be able to authorize those steps of money all the way through the system. So we're looking forward to getting that all working, having you all be able to see it and use it in January. And we will have obviously a lot more details about that and about our incentive timing and beta scheduling at our next community call at beginning of December. We look forward to rolling out some pieces before then, but really excited to talk to you later this month and for all the events happening in January. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll be around for a while on Discord and happy to dig in more into any of the pieces we talked about here.